They're going to scan it on September 3rd, my right knee, and let me know. Wednesday, I go for a heart checkup, and your heart has to be good before they do major surgery on you. Well, I have a question for you. And I gave this in 1999. Let's see, this was October 9th, 1999, in front of George Meeker in Columbia. What should be a Christian's code of conduct? And when I gave this originally, there's, like they were asking us to read the Bible in Deuteronomy, there's things you learn when you go back over the scripture again. But anyhow, let me dive right in. In the days of the pioneer times and the pioneer parents, as they blazed trails through the wilderness, then they all followed a certain code of conduct when dealing with family, friends, and even enemies. The code was called the Code of the West. Generally, it meant things like, your word was your bond. You kept your word of honor, and every deal was sealed by handshake. Of course, everyone understood that the hand that sealed a deal could also shoot a gun and if they felt the other person had cheated them, stole from them, or murdered people, to break their word. Most men of the early West were young soldiers that had been in the Civil War. And they had learned military discipline just like I did when I was in the military. And there is a military code of conduct. We had to memorize it. There was 10 different rules that we had to abide by all the time. So they understood the benefits of the Code of the West, and most abided by this code. Those who didn't soon found themselves buried in Boot Hill. That's a cemetery for those who don't know. There was another code of conduct our pioneer parents lived by and tried to teach each of us as we grew up. It became famous in its heyday. The Christian code of conduct. When I was growing up, it was called the Golden Rule. No, I don't mean he who has the gold rules. That's what a lot of people think. It was not a joke to be scoffed at like it is today. However, in the last 50 years or more, it has been put aside and substituted by situation ethics. I'm sure you've heard that word. And other man-made code of conduct. The purpose of my sermon is to deliver what is the Christian code of conduct, or also called the Golden Rule, and explain where it came from and explain why it is for us Christians today the code to live by in everyday life. First, I looked it up in one of the first dictionaries I had, the Code of Conduct, or the Golden Rule. That was what the dictionary had it under. According to Random House Dictionary, it says the Golden Rule is the rule of conduct, quote, whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do you even also to them. Yet this dictionary had no reference. But this was what I memorized as a child growing up in our home. Now I got another dictionary and looked up Golden Rule again. This is the Webster's New World Dictionary. And it says, Golden Rule, the precept that one should behave toward others as he would want others to behave toward him. Then it gives the reference Matthew 7:12 and Luke 6:31. And we can turn there in a minute, or you can start turning there to Matthew 7:12 in a second. But it does not say what book this is in. And I thought, well, if people don't know what this is in, they wouldn't know to go look in the Bible. But that's where it is. So we've defined the golden rule or the code of conduct for Christians. Quote, whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do even so to them. Let's go to Matthew 7. Read it out of the Bible. Therefore, this is got a title heading above it, the golden rule. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do you even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. And we'll reflect on that shortly. And the second reference that I just read is Luke 6:31. Let's go there and see what it says. Luke 6:31. And as you would that men should do to you, do you also to them likewise. Let's go on to verse 32. For you, if you love them which love you, what thank have you? For sinners also love them that love them. In 33, verse 33, and if you do good to them which do good to you, what thank have you? For sinners also do even the same. And if you lend to them of whom you hope to receive, what thank have you? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again. Anyway, that explains a little more what the golden rule is. Now, believe it or not, Paul goes more in depth on the golden rule. And that's in Galatians 5:14. So let's turn to Galatians 5:14. Let's start in verse 13. For brethren, this is Galatians 5:13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. And then in 14 he states, for all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love your neighbor as thyself. And that reflects back on Matthew, where it said that's all. The golden rule is the law and the prophets, as Christ said. Let's continue on in verse 15. But if you bite and devour one another, take heed that you be not consumed one of another. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, as that you cannot do the things that you would. So Paul explains a little more what the golden rule is really all about. So brethren, this is, whether you're young or old, the Christian code of conduct we are to live by. And as I illustrated, it comes straight out of the Bible, Christ's words, and then Paul explains it a little further. Finally, let's keep looking forward to the time when everybody around the world will be living by the golden rule in the wonderful world tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Just as relevant today as it was so many years ago.
Yeah.
Who was it? The vice presidential candidate for the Democratic ticket said, "Let's have a new golden rule."
Oh, is that?
Your business? Isn't that what he said? Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and take your hymnals and let's stand once again. Turn to page number 17. Page number 17. And we'll sing "To Thee I Lift My Soul." Go ahead and stand. Turn to page number 17.
I live my soul, I trust Thee, oh my God. Let me not be ashamed, or let my triumph for me. Let none that wait on Thee be put to shame at all. For those that without cause scarce let shame upon them fall. Show me Thy ways, O Lord. O teach Thou me Thy path, and in Thy truth lead me Thyself, therein my teacher be. For Thou art God that does to me salvation send, and I upon Thee all the day, expecting to attend. Thy tender mercy, Lord, remember, pray I Thee, and loving kindness that they have ever been of old. My sins and faults of you do Thou, O Lord, forgive. After Thy mercy, think on me, and for Thy goodness great.
Very beautiful. Go ahead and be seated. And now for the announcements, Mr. Tom Robinson.
Well, greetings, everyone. Happy Sabbath to you all.
Happy Sabbath.
Did want to note that we may get some severe weather here. I'm looking at a lot of red coming our way. There's a big line. But it does look like, and I'm guessing within a half an hour or so, thereabouts, maybe an hour, we'll probably start getting rain here pretty soon. But I don't see anything for a severe thunderstorm even, or a severe, anything more than that. If anything changes, and I guess we have a plan. Maybe we should go back in the kitchen area or something, under that other